The first thing for you to overcome a limiting mindset, you must increase self-awareness. Unfortunately, limiting mindset sometimes becomes one with a person. It becomes that person's life and they think that's how they think. And I've always believed that our minds are tools. Our thoughts are not necessarily who you are. You could be thinking something, right? That does not mean that's who you are. Unless you act and you become a habit and then it becomes part of who you are as your character. But your thoughts, how you think, is something that you can change. So when you increase your self-awareness, that is the first step for you to now start realizing this thought pattern, this way of thinking is holding me back. Self-awareness is being mindful of your thinking pattern and how you are thinking, how you analyze things, how you perceive things affect your decisions and impact your words and your action. So this is the thing. If you want to increase your self-awareness, it's all about paying attention to your thinking. Ask yourself, when I was met with this challenge, how did I process the challenge? If you look at some of your decisions, they can be able to paint a picture of how you are thinking. So it's about being conscious of your habits and your action. You have to pay attention and ask yourself, how do I behave in different settings? How do I behave under pressure? How do I behave when I feel like I do not have enough resources? Do I keep telling myself that there is no resources out there, or I have a growth mindset, or I have a mindset that will be able to go and think about abundance mindset? So it's about reflecting on your decisions, your words, and your actions. So the first step for you to overcome limiting mindset is to increase your self-awareness. Now, this is a simple practice that I've done several times in my life. When I really want to ask myself, how am I thinking in a certain area? I always spend maybe a week or two and ask myself, what kind of thoughts? I start writing down, and this is what actually we call journaling. So I start writing my thoughts down, and I think about it. I ask myself, what did I think like that? I write down a couple of weeks, maybe a month, and that will help me to be able to basically remove my thoughts in my head and put it on paper, where I'm able now to see it apart from me. So that's how I've personally done self-awareness. I've increased my awareness by jotting down my thoughts and then looking at my thoughts at a certain amount of time and asking myself, okay, if this is how I'm thinking, then there's a problem, because this is a limiting mindset, and how can I eliminate it? Now, symptoms of a person who is not aware. They, first and foremost, they make a lot of excuses. Instead of taking actions, they make excuses. People who are not self-aware, they are also, most of the time, they have poor self-image, right? They're always comparing themselves with other people, and they always feel like they do not belong, or they feel like they do not have enough confidence to start growing and developing their lives. Frequently, they compare themselves with other people because you're not really aware of yourself. There's no self-awareness. You keep comparing yourself with others. And then, I think there's a big one here, blaming external factors. When you start blaming external factors for the challenges that you're facing, that means that you're not really self-aware. Because when I believe, when you increase your self-awareness, you will discover something very beautiful. You will discover that you have potential. You will discover that you have the ability to grow, and you have the ability to change your life. You can't change what you are unaware of. So awareness is the first step for breaking free from mental barriers.